Everybody, welcome back. Let's go ahead and get back in here. Now, why? Seems like every turn we're just randomly losing money. I don't know what's up with that, but anyways. Alright, so
Need a boon.
this dude's just gonna chill here, I think. Could go ahead and get rid of this. And eventually either get one of these or just get a War Shrine of the Cultist building for the money.
Bring ruin.
This building, still one more turn on that. And then it's gonna get rowdy after that. But we gotta get some more money before we can do that. Okay, Altdorf. I assume if we sack something like Kara's a Karak, because it's got 10 buildings, it's gonna be like a 50,000 gold sack with all the bonuses that we have, hopefully. Temple of Skulls.
Chaos comes.
Okay. Well, I guess come down to here.
Never stop.
Oh, I could have raided last turn with these guys. I didn't even think about that. How much is the raid
Ruin.
worth? Yeah, it was a mistake.
Stop.
Could have raided for like, I don't know, 3,000 gold. At that point, I totally forgot because I don't even raid that often. But we could walk like, where's the property line? It's right here. Yeah, we can reinforce. Okay, so we can walk to like right here and raid.
Which directs me.
162. Yeah, it's not worth.
Spirit of war.
So we'll just keep the technology coming in here. And then
Who are these grotesqueries? Handsome and lethal.
let's go ahead and pop him out here.
A beautiful decision.
For chaos. Forward unto slaughter. Yes, forged in blood.
As always, don't forget to like and subscribe if you are enjoying the content.
Wipe them out.
Okay, we can get it in one turn. I think we are going to wait one turn to grab that. Just so we don't take a zillion damage, because these guys tend to take a lot of damage.
Despoil.
Okay, so we'll wait. I think one turn. One turn is reasonable. 2 turns kind of sucks, but 1 turn is
Praise
alright.
Sigma.
Okay, so down here, that's all good.
You need a boon.
Okay, still 3 more turns, and we can get some other stuff here. That does give horde growth if we get that for the money, but I think we're gonna go for Zinch and get a couple of Zinch units over here to help out with our siege. We don't really we don't need a lot of them. They're nice with Sartorial, but like this guy might legit need those units if we're holding a siege against a million different units, and that would pair together really well with Chosen. So as I've talked about in past videos, anytime did I just get the ability to hire another Exalted? I'm not sure.
Syrian's eye guides me.
No, not yet. Okay. And no one else
What?
can build stuff. Can he build stuff? No, we're waiting. Okay.
I am mountain god.
Alright, he's fine. Sit here chilling, doing our thing. I mean, we could go further up here, but this is probably far enough, I think, for now. Like, he could get picked off, I guess, by Skaven. Guess we could go over here. And then it's like land right here or something. maybe that would be a little safer.
We shall weave the fates.
I think this is probably a fine area, though. Okay. I guess with that guy, we could have taken him out of the town and put him in the research track as well. To save a little money, but... Or not save a little money, but save some research time. Yeah, if you'd like to sponsor a campaign, just like Hudson sponsored this one, just email me at thestrategyprofessor@gmail.com. Let me know what you have in mind. I am currently going through Chaos and a Norska campaign with Wolfric. I'm about to start a Dwarf campaign pretty soon. I'm just recording a lot of these in advance while I'm kind of in the zone. Then I've got a Lizardman campaign coming up after that. Then I think that's all that we are sponsored for right now. So if you want anything else, just let me know what you have in mind. We can run through it. Figure it out. I'm getting hyped for Warhammer 3, but I don't think there's been anything that's been teased or announced. I imagine it's like probably spring of next year. They did release Warhammer 2 a year after Warhammer 1, I'm pretty sure, 1 calendar year. Looks like it's going to be 2 years before Warhammer 3. Just kind of frustrating, you know. I like it every year to release, but if they're doing extra stuff, that'd be nice. Maybe they were spending a lot of their time and resources on Three Kingdoms, which I don't know financially how that game is done, but I can tell you anecdotally on this channel, it's a flop. Like, the base game was very frustrating. I spent a lot of time trying to like learn and master the Bandit Queen. There were a lot of balancing issues there, and but the yellow turbans were... Oh, I thought he was on a giant crab for a second. I was like, what? How did he get that? Off of the Vampire Coast. Yellow turbans are actually pretty cool, though. I liked going through it. I mean, it's still not as good as Warhammer 2, I don't think. But it was fun. It was interesting. But, like, even by, like, the 7th episode or something in there, I was getting, like, double-digit views. Like, not even cracking 100. Like, this, you know, the most recent Chaos episodes, like episode 26 or something, we're still getting, like, 300, maybe 400 views. And this game has been out, you know, for a couple of years. Now, SFO has kept it fresh. Like, there aren't that many legendary SFO mod campaigns. And, you know, they're constantly updating it, which is really cool. But still, like, that's just sad that a new game is getting that low of viewership. And a lot of, I mean, maybe that's just my channel, but a lot of other content creators have pretty much abandoned it as far as I can see. Like, some of the other ones that were covering it and covering a lot of stuff about it have already switched back to Warhammer. And I can only assume it's because of the same thing. They're just getting really low viewership for the Three Kingdoms. Which is a really cool era. I mean, I love Chinese history. I really liked... It looks like a beautiful game. You know, I kind of liked, with the Yellow Turbans especially, like the Taoist undertones. Like these philosopher warriors and things like that. That was cool and everything, but it's like... Almost every faction is very, very similar. Like, they almost all have the exact same units, with, like, maybe one specialty unit that, like, a couple of the other factions don't have. One or two maybe specialty units. And it's like, okay, they've got a cavalry that has slightly larger charge bonus than the rest. Or, okay, they've got some archers that are also, like, pretty good in melee combat, like dual-purpose archers. But it's nothing that's, like, paradigm shifting, right? Like, it's all basically the same type of strategy most of the time. So, like, spam as many archers as you can, get some good spears or halberds, and win. I mean, that's it. Like, cavalry is, like, swords are pretty much worthless in that game. Cavalry is not that great. I know some people are arguing, like, oh my god, cavalry's OP. I'm like, no, it's not, dude. Trust me. Spears murder cavalry in that game hard. And archers are just overpowered, especially in sieges. They're ridiculous. Like, the upgrades you get on them. Some of those archers that I have, even the tier 1 archers, could fire 60 shots a minute. For, like... And they're so undercosted compared to other units. Like, the cavalry are going to cost you... Like, some elite cavalry will cost you 5 times as much as some, like, moderate archers. And the moderate archers will just destroy. Okay, these guys are actually trying to hunt me down.
You failed.
Oh, that's frustrating. Alright, well, we can go down here. They may not hit me. This garrison should be able to kill these guys.
No, need my warp token stash.
But yeah, let's go ahead and just roll down here.
The gods direct me.
But yeah, anyway, so it was cool. It had its moments. I agree that Warhammer 2 is probably better in virtually every way, but still, like, it was a cool game, but it just had such low stuff. But I mean, it was clearly a play to like the Chinese audience, so that's the thing, man. They probably made a lot of money on it. There's like 2 billion people in China. So that's been the thing for a lot of companies. I mean, Blizzard was trying to make some mobile game of like the newest Diablo whatever, Immortal, because mobile games are really popular in China. I don't know exactly why that is. I think it's like ISPs are overloaded, or I don't know the culture, but like mobile games are very popular. So everybody's trying to play that Chinese market, which is fine. I mean, everybody's been playing to the US market for couple hundred years with everything. So China getting a turn, or everyone's trying to court China for a lot of stuff. That's okay. But the reason I'm bringing that up is it does feel like I need to get intimidating so they don't spam hero stuff on me. It feels like that's kind of why Warhammer 3 got delayed, was because of Three Kingdoms, and
Destroy.
honestly don't know how they're going to create a historical game that can keep up with Warhammer. I mean, Warhammer still has to be their highest grossing game, despite Three Kingdoms. I don't have hard numbers on that, but I don't even know how it could be close. Like, it's vastly superior to the historical games. I mean, just so much diversity in the game. It's insane compared to any of the other historical titles, I think. And there's such a robust modding community. I mean, it's not like we're just changing around a couple of stats in this. I mean, I know that the historical titles do have some very creative stuff. I haven't watched a lot of it, but I think Medieval 2 specifically has a lot of really good mods and creative, fun things. But like, I don't know, man. SFO mod with Venrus at the helm here, like they're completely like changing the game. You know, like this Chaos God stuff is so cool. Like getting these extra units here and like all of these strategic choices are just, I mean, the base game is still pretty good with Chaos, but like this is like next level. Like having to make these choices that are really interesting, you know, being able to hire Sartorial after you kill him, like trying to figure out if you want to summon Kai Banda or not. It's got these huge drawbacks. It's definitely bringing back the min-max. And that's something that's missing a lot in the base game is, you know, they were trying to move away from the min-maxing
Tremble, mortals.
a lot because that just doesn't appeal to kind of your average gamer. I think kind of your noob of sorts who just, you know, maybe wanted to play the game because it's Warhammer themed. But now it can appeal to everybody, right? You don't have to do that stuff if you don't want to, and you can play. For real? Oh my god. You can play on a lower difficulty if you want to, you know, that's fine. But it does have that option for the people that do want the min-maxing, that do want to play it on that higher level. They can do that too. Alright, Cole, get in here. Hello? Is he not?
My God's call.
Cole? Oh, there he is. Okay, I'm just blind. I thought he wasn't coming in. I was like, what? Get in here, bro. Well, I don't have anything to speed up my spells, I don't think. No, I don't. I need more of those wands. Okay, we've got this. I need more of those wands where you damage yourself. That thing is so strong. Where you damage yourself and you get the extra. No, none of these guys have the Zinch stuff yet.
Slay every mortal.
Run,
you dogs.
I'll just wait on the tower or whatever.
Destroy. Chaos comes. What? Running. Move.
And neither of these guys have Zinch. Now what is this? Bombardment. Okay. Just go ahead and... Alright, now we got some magic here.
From the god of magic.
No, that did virtually nothing.
Move fast.
Charge!
All will burn.
Chaos come!
Forgot to take him off the horse.
Tremble, mortal!
Now, with these towers, people may not know exactly what these towers do, but basically you can go up without losing vigor, and you're instantly basically teleported up to the top. And you don't take... The big thing is you don't have any vigor loss from it.
Chaos Knights! Moving!
So you just basically instantly zip up to the top without any of the downfalls.
Sorcerer! All will be despoiled. All will be despoiled.
All will be despoiled! For chaos!
Chaos Sorcerer! I will rise! Kill them all! Garnishes perverse glory! God's bloody glory! Slay every mortal! Awful fool!
Can't dismount in combat. That's one thing that you could do in Three Kingdoms. I mean, Three Kingdoms is cool. I would say go watch my Yellow Turban campaign, but that was definitely
The gods demand it!
big waste of my time. I mean, I don't know. It was fun. It was still worth it. Like, I would still buy it. But as a content creator, especially someone who a lot of people are donating for the Warhammer, like, I should have just kept doing the Warhammer more, I think. I don't know. Like I said, it was fun. It was cool to do something a little different, but it's definitely, like, questionable for me to, like, spend my time doing that because there were so few people that watched it, like, absurdly few people compared to my Warhammer stuff. And it seems to be the same way. Like I said, a lot of other content creators that were covering it have just completely abandoned it. Like, they did maybe one campaign and they've already switched back to Warhammer. A lot of them Warhammer multiplayer because that is just, that's the easiest way to get views and money.
Begin the reaping! We want their eyes! So be it!
Garnishes perverse glory! Chaos Sorcerer! Putrefaction! Your mortal magics are nothing! Urgo's pestilent glory! Time to despoil!
Let's get some of these down here.
Urgo's pestilent glory!
You can cast it on the Dragon Ogres because they're such small entity units that really aren't affected by magic that much.
Death!
Slay every mortal!
What do the gods desire? Chaos
Yeah, these Slanesh guys are probably actually quite good against
Kill them all!
dwarves.
Chaos Sorcerer! So be it! Let us bring about an infernal gateway! Moving!
Whoa, what? Oh, he's over
At
here
your
running
command.
people down. Okay.
A fine order! By God's call! By God's call! Call's bloody glory! Slay every mortal! Obliterate them! Chaos come! Call's bloody glory!
Yeah, it kind of delayed me on a lot of the campaigns because I spent probably a week just doing Yellow Turban stuff, and I mean, I seriously probably dropped like 40 or 50 hours on like trying to get that game and get good content for it. And it's just like, double-digit views, man. I don't know. I got kind of hustled,
Sigvald!
Chosen!
but it was addicting. It was fun. I would still recommend people go check it out. It's cool. You know, maybe on discount. if you're strapped for cash, but the cool thing about Warhammer also is, like, they have a really good balance of DLC, free LC, and mods. Like, I know people don't like DLC, but I think you get a really good bargain in Warhammer with the DLC, honestly, compared to a lot of DLC out there. I know people don't like DLC in general, but that's just kind of the business model. What is not running yet? Why are these dudes not running? Oh, the gyrocopters are... But almost every time they release DLC, there's some kind of free DLC, like new lords, new units, all of that is free. This mod, like SFO, is free. Now, you can donate to help out Venrus and his staff, which I highly recommend that you do, because they have a fantastic mod. But in theory, it's free, you know, and the like the most recent thing, the Skaven one, for example, I think it was $10 or something like that, and you got all kinds of new mechanics for Skaven. Who is it? And they gave you, I think the Bretonia stuff was free. Who else did they even buy? Oh, Wizardmen. Yeah, you got Wizardmen, you got a Wizardman Lord and a Skaven Lord with all kinds of new mechanics that were cool, like kind of changed the way that you thought about and played the faction. And they did a free Bretonian upgrade, so you didn't even have to buy it. If you didn't buy it, then you still get the Bretonia thing. And the way that it's been spaced out is a lot better with Warhammer 2. With Warhammer 1, there was like new DLC like every month, which was kind of cool because there were all kinds of new races constantly coming out, new lords and things like that. And I mean, even at a month, like every month there's some DLC, like $10 a month for all kinds of crazy new stuff that keeps the game fresh. I think it's pretty cool. One thing I will say about a lot of these games, especially like Warhammer 2, but a lot of these kind of strategy games, and I guess most games in general that have multiple titles with lots of DLC, they don't do a very good job of packaging it for new players. I remember I wanted to get into Stellaris, and I actually did buy Stellaris, but I didn't end up doing any content on the channel for it. I spent a lot of time learning it, but I felt like it was just, I was taking too long. It was kind of slow paced. I wasn't really sure, you know, if there'd be an audience for it, because there's not live combat. I know that Legend of Total War had switched over to Paradox Games for a while, and then he switched back to Total War just because I think the Total War audience is much larger because the combat system's just so much better. But, okay, what do we want? Do we have corn? I don't remember if we have corn yet on him or not. Forgot to look. Nurgle's good too. Slaanesh. Slaanesh is nice, but basically both of these guys have to have Slaanesh if we do that, because if one of them moves 20% faster than the other, that, you know, could create some problems. Horde growth is pretty good. I think we'll go for corn. But yeah, like, just to buy the game, like, to its current standard with the DLC, and you really kind of have to have the DLC in that game. It's like $100, you know. Whereas, you know, with Warhammer, you can pay the minimum price like Warhammer 2, but they should offer more DLC packs, especially the old stuff. I think, honestly, at this point, I don't know if they do this or not, but if you buy Warhammer 2, they should just give you Warhammer 1, honestly. Just give you Warhammer 1, or, like, an extremely cheap package. Like, buy Warhammer 2 and Warhammer 1 combined with all of the DLC included for Warhammer 1. All of that package deal, like 40 or $50. I think that would be nice. Now, there is kind of a danger with that from a developer standpoint where people will just wait until stuff is cheaper if they know it's going to be cheaper on a schedule. So I was going to say that, like, hold on, let me get into another fight here. Yeah, they're going to make us siege that. Okay.
I'll have this world.
I want to give him the primary experience, but I can't afford this, like, slow-moving army to be the first army in. I guess I could give the whole army over to Sartorial. but I think Archaon probably has way more buffs. I can't even go on this whole list of buffs. But he's killed so many people that, yeah, Lord's Army, that right there, 10 extra armor. I think you just have to have the units on him because solitary. Yeah, Lord's Army gets all that stuff. Beard Collector. Yeah, just all of this stuff is Lord's Army. Ductor. Siege Expert. Annihilator. Executioner. Man's Ruin. +4 leadership. They've nerfed that. Superior Attacker, I think, used to give you, like, way more leadership. Or they've changed it, at least. And then he gets, doesn't he get extra money from burning stuff? Yeah, from raising settlements. That's all characters, though. I guess maybe we could change him off of that, but... Anyways, let's go ahead. I think he has to go.
Your demands. Move.
Who are these guys friends with? I mean, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna kill him.
So,
Get out of my way, you
Your
weak
man
little
gods
humans.
and dubious masters.
Oh, I'm
have
already
no
at war with him,
place
aren't I?
here.
Am I at war with him? Oh, declare war. Become vassal. Okay, so I can't actually do anything with them. Okay, so they're with Talia and Dwarves. Doesn't matter. Alright. Y'all going down. Maybe someone would... I am not calling in my allies. We learned our lesson last time on that one. Really? It thinks they're a lot weaker than me, huh? That's cute.
Sirius eye guides me by my design. I am the chosen of the gods. Attack!
Alright. Where was I going? Champion design, or not champion design. League of Legends, I mean, League of Legends is awesome. Like, the thing that I like about League is that, and if you haven't ever checked out League of Legends, I highly recommend checking it out. I've got a ton of content on the channel. I create just as much content for that as I do Total War. I know we have people that do both. But League of Legends is always free. But beyond that, there's a lot of games that are free this day and age. But beyond that, it changes so often and in like meaningful ways that are strategically like important that, you know, change the way that you interact with the game. Now, sometimes people don't like those changes because they're like, oh, you know, they nerfed my favorite champion or they nerfed this one strategy or whatever. But I think that's what keeps the games fresh. I mean, I've probably played 8,000 or 9,000 games of League of Legends over 8 or 9 years, and it still feels exciting and fresh to me. And that's crazy, just how much replayability is in that game. And so that's what I like about it. Now, one knock on League of Legends, though, if we're being honest here, is, you know, if you're not a competitive, you know, multiplayer kind of person, and let's just throw it out there, most people aren't. You know, a lot of people that play games, they're just not going to be able to play it at a really high competitive level, and that's okay. And, you know, a lot of games have tried to figure out, well, how do you cater to your, like, competitive elite players, and how do you cater to your everyday Joes? There's nothing wrong with being an everyday Joe. You know, in Warhammer, they'd call that your filthy casuals or whatever, but, you know, Warhammer, or not Warhammer, World of Warcraft, you know, I would argue that that's been a huge problem with... Oh, they got cannons. Okay, this is going to get spicy. Let me get set up here. But I would say they've gone too far in the casual direction. But, you know, League has been in, like, really all in on the competitive direction. And I think that's cool, but I'm a competitive player. You know, I'm a top-end player. I'm in the top, whatever, 2%. I'm not a pro player, but I'm, like, in the top 2%. I'm diamond, you know, in that game. So I like the competitive stuff. I don't mind competition. I don't get stressed or freaked out, like, that much, you know. if I don't climb in rank as much as I'd like. Of course, I get a little distraught about it. Everybody would who wants to improve, but I don't get mad if people get a little sassy in the game. But sometimes that competitive nature can make it a little intimidating for new players in the game. But they are adding in, like they're working on that. They're trying to add in some new sort of fun game modes to it. They're adding in team fight tactics, which is basically kind of like a Dota. I mean,
exalted hero. Our time has come.
Alright, Archaon. Let's get this flame blast going here.
I don't need my sword to strike you down. We don't forgive. Yes, quickly. Now.
Fired on hard here.
I don't fail. Time goes.
Where is he? Come on, Big Bird, hurry it up. But yeah, I mean, they're working on that stuff.
Exalted hero. Lord of the
Come on
end
up.
times. Charge them. Commence, I command. The gods agree. Quickly.
But yeah, so I would say check that out. If you know never thought about it, you've heard League is it's too hard or it's too whatever. So check it out. I think it's pretty cool. If you're looking for something to play along with Warhammer. I can answer any questions that you have on stream too. You know, I'm really friendly. There's kind of, I think League gets this bad rap for being like a really intense, like I said, really intense group of people that just aren't that friendly. Oh God, is the weird about to get? Oh, they let the weird in. He's probably gonna get in trouble here soon.
I need souls. I don't fail.
Wait, where's the rest of the stuff that was knocking down this wall? I guess it was just the weird. Let's just go ahead and hold on that. Okay, so the weird's not in. Yeah, the weird is in. Okay, let's just go knock that out then.
I will see. Die in arcane fire! Shoot! Kill them all! Blood for the blood god! Sword and spell!
You can't throw it against a wall like that.
Slaughter them! For the chaos gods! The time has come!
No, get. Okay, we got it.
Yes!
That was a cool looking visual there. All right. But yeah, League's great, and they're adding in like some more casual game modes for people, and there are always normals. And you know, I have a lot of videos about this, and I talk a lot on the stream. Like, it's fine if you're not going pro. Like, even in a competitive game, like people can have fun in something that's competitive. Hey, thanks, Andrew. I mean, think about it like basketball. That's what I like to think about, because League really is like a sport to an extent, right? You can go just play, presumably. Now, I don't know if this is the same everywhere, but I remember when I was growing up, you could just go play some basketball at like the local YMCA, or just get some friends together and just play like out, you know, in your little cul-de-sac, or go over to, you know, Corey's house or something and play some basketball, right? Like, it was fine. And, you know, we never had aspirations of going pro. We're like, we aren't good enough to go pro. Like, I'm not good enough to go college. I couldn't even make the high school team, right? I just played, and there were some recreational leagues that were fun for it and things like that. And that was fine. We just get out, just kind of have some fun with our friends, unwind, have a good time. Like, league can be the same thing. You know, you can just go, and now one difference is you are playing with anonymous people online, and you're going to have random teammates. That didn't happen as much. Sometimes if you played at like the YMCA, you would have random teammates, but it was face-to-face interaction, and most people like knew they weren't going pro. They weren't being scouted. You know, people were just playing for fun. Okay, I think I got corn last time, so let's go ahead and get Nurgle. I think this time. Although we don't need the growth on our... I mean, the growth on Archaon's actually okay, because there's some good stuff we could grab. Experience for all units faction-wide. That is actually kind of handy. I think we have corn. Those are the last plague. Let's just grab Nurgle. But yeah, like, you could do that in theory with League. Now, yes, there are some people that are a little bristly. You know, at times, not everyone is ultra friendly at all times. You know. Brinka Hills. Okay, that's next on the chopping block here. So let's just go down to here. Raise, Nurgle. Okay. So I needed corn and Nurgle, so I need them all. 99 turns for weapon strength. I don't even know if I assume it doesn't go to triple digits, so I even forgot that was a thing. You just randomly get stuff for burning towns.
Tempest incarnate.
Okay.
It serves the dark powers.
15 a turn. Okay, so we're waiting a long time on that. This is probably not worth. Yeah, I mean, basically, I think people could just have some fun, you know? Like, you can just sit down and enjoy, even if you aren't, like, climbing in ranked at a, you know, an exponential rate. I think it's personally fine that you can still have fun with it. I don't know why it's stopping horde infighting, but... Alright, let's equip him with stuff, too. I forgot to equip him. Okay, War Beasts. Anti-flying units. I don't know if we're going to be facing a lot of flying units. I don't know what's going to come at us when we start channeling that. But since we're having to sit here and defend anyways, I think we need to go ahead and start channeling. Because, I mean, why not? That's only up for a little while. I think this is almost better. Like, Fencer's Blades are pretty good. I think I'm actually go with Fencers. But yeah, it's like everyone just thinks it's like there's no way you can play that game and just have fun with it. It's like, why not?
By the eldritch I see.
I don't know. I find competition fun, even if I lose. I mean, you know, obviously if I go on a 10-game loss streak, I'm not going to be having a super, as much of a grand time as if I was on a 10-game win streak. But I still think that it's exciting and fun. I mean, if it was, in my opinion, if something's really easy, then it's not that exciting, right? If you just get handed wins all the time, to me, I mean, I don't know. It could be all right, I guess, but to me, it's just not going to be as thrilling as something that I really had to work for, where I'm like, man, I overcame some adversity to get this, you know? so those are still... So Wolfric's down here. We're burning some of these things. Wolfric's about to start cracking them. Okay, this is fine. I really do not want these dwarves to start... Oh my god, it'd be a complete nightmare if these guys run over here and start, like, messing with the Skaven. Guess there's a possibility Skaven might change their mind and start blowing up with me again, but probably not. Okay. I think everyone's pretty much done. Still working on God of Magic here. And then we want to go for Mana Bond next. But yeah, so I think it's fun, and they are bringing in... Now, they are going to make a ranked system with the teamfight tactics, so that will be cool. I'm still a little skeptical. I'm not sure what the audience for that's going to be yet. I'll probably try it out. I have been asked about it, but once again, I was asked a lot about Three Kingdoms too, and I got burned with that. So it's like, I need to do a poll on the channel during a stream and see if people want to watch it. Because I don't want to spend... Because it's different than a lot of other stuff, so, you know, I would have to learn it. It'd probably take me at least 20 hours of just practice and research and learning before I could even, like, give any meaningful commentary on it. And then, you know, playing through it would take a long time, too. So, you know, I need to make sure it's worth the time investment to do that. It's probably fun. It's just, like, my... concern with it is, once again, there's nothing like active, like there's no outplay potential in it. It's just all decision making, and that's not as appealing to some wider audiences out there. Like in Total War, it's active, right? You're fighting, there's some outplay potential, you know. It's like, oh man, you can land this cool spell, or you can get certain kinds of units, and you have to move around and get the right like positioning and stuff like that, right? Versus like Civ. And I don't know if Civ is as powerful as, or is like as popular as Total War. I don't know the whole like total numbers on it. I assume Total War is more popular. I'm almost certain Total War is more popular than the Paradox games. And that's the thing with Paradox games, is like you don't have active combat. Oh, what is this? Oh, they ambushed! Oh god. I forgot they can ambush and get around. That's like their lightning strike. Well, we're just going to auto-resolve because I'm dead, so... Wow, they actually didn't kill me? Oh, I forgot. Yeah, they do that to me all the time, where they don't have a, an actual... Oh my lord, what the... Just when I thought they weren't coming for me, they've just been sitting in ambush stance, and now they're swarming me. Holy. These rats are going to pay for this. These rats are going to pay for this. God, maybe they won't. Maybe I just let them go. I mean, the thing is, I need to win the campaign at some point, and they're not on my list. They're not on my list of units to kill. So, yeah, it's a grand betrayal. Yeah, they'll probably take Middenheim. That means I can't summon Kaibanda. I would like to summon Kaibanda, but at the end of the day, viewership is still declining over time, as I talk about with this campaign. Now, this campaign is holding in there a lot better than other campaigns, because I think this is one of the most exciting campaigns I've done in a while. There's always something spicy going on. But, you know, at the end of the day, as of this recording, the newest episodes that I've been releasing are getting 200 or 300 views, and before we were getting 5 or 6, you know, for like maybe episodes 10 through 20. Obviously, the early episodes, there's a lot, but I just can't go on a, like, try to go kill the Skaven. And Skaven are so annoying to try to kill, too, because they're always in ambush stance. You know, it's hard to tell if they've occupied a burned settlement or not, because I burn everything. So I think we're going to have to let them get away with it. Unless... unless we can get peace with them. Which, they still like me quite a bit. It's just...
Greetings, thing. I
What do you
am
want?
prophet of the Lord of the Great Below.
30,000. I don't think they're going to do it before 10 turns, especially with low reliability. There's not. After 10 turns, they might. After they kill everything, they might.
No, need my warp token.
Now, only
That's
3 of these
an
armies are
idea.
going to be able to come at me, I think. Well, maybe more.
No, Gracia, never.
I can't recruit anything.
I foresee destruction.
And they're just going to ambush me if I try to reinforce with this dude. I mean, can we hold this? They got us before we got to the tier 5 upgrade on the town. I mean, it's gonna be hard. We do have some aspiring champions. We do have a couple of hell cannons, which are not amazing during sieges. They're okay. Chaos Spawn will be really good. We do have fire magic. That's good. I mean, aspiring champions up on the rafters. They are taking attrition every turn they sit here.
Again.
It's possible we could survive, but I can't bring my other dude over here to try to deal with it. Okay, 2 turns, so we need to bring in one of these guys. I don't want to sally out on them open field. I want the walls. I guess I could have hired more marauders to try to defend it. I didn't think they were coming for me. I have so much money, though. I probably should have just spammed marauders nonstop. Man, I guess I could spam marauders right now. And maybe we could go in and try to hit them. Or, like, reinforce here in a second.
Never stop.
We might just let it go. I mean, we'll fight it and try, but that's gonna be tough. Okay, so all of this has already been killed. Now, these are Southern Realms. Those are not Empire. So, it doesn't matter if they die. So, I think coming up here, Dwarves finished off this. They still got the foothold in the mountains here. We're looking on time, 48 minutes. Okay, well, we'll go ahead and end this turn then. I think just... Okay, maybe coming through here, burning these dwarves on the way, and then taking out this stuff, Nuln and those things is the way to do it. I do want to establish this extra fortress over here, though, which could be handy. We'd have to fight through elves, though, and I don't think elves are a particularly good matchup right now for me. They're going to have a lot of archers, and these things are extremely weak to archers, I think. I mean, they don't have shields. They do have 50% missile resist. I mean, that is significant, but they're kind of fast. Dragon Ogre's probably not going to be that great against him.
I am Slanesh's scion.
Chaos Fortress is hard to turn that down, though. Yeah, let's just go for the Chaos Fortress.
Shall we decant the wine?
Moving.
We're gonna have to run through all of this, though, to do that. But it does provide so much income.
Yes, forged in blood.
Why can he run just as far as... I guess this guy was, like, in mountain... I don't know. Maybe this guy doesn't take attrition in mountains or something.
Mountain god.
I mean, he is the mountain god. He tells me every time. Okay, maybe we have to come down and burn these clowns. We'll think about it for next episode.
There'll be a reckoning. Fool!
Okay, we're going to have to fight
Big
this.
dog.
Most likely they're going to make us fight this. So, we'll just do that next episode. So we'll just end in the middle here, and I'm just going to go ahead and record another one right after I stop this. So, anyways, thank you very much. Definitely getting spicy. This is going to be tough. The greed is coming back to bite me. I do have over 100,000 favor. I was just really trying to wait until I got to the Chosen. And I thought because Skaven hadn't moved on me yet immediately that they weren't going to. But they are. They are going to move on me. So I should have just spammed all Marauders. I just gone in the hole in the red to protect this. But anyways, that's going to be it. Stay tuned. We'll see how it goes next. We are getting close to a couple of other fortresses. You know, there's one down here we can get and one over here. So we can get that money going. That's the only place I think where we can do the Kai Banda thing. It's possible we could still try it out later on in the game, but I think if they do take it, we're just going to have to keep going. I don't want to spend 20 turns running up here trying to clean all this up and get this under control and then, you know, just delay the win condition even more. So we're just going to try to wipe out the people we're supposed to wipe out and then go from there. But that's going to be it. Have a good day. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoy the content, and I'll see you next time.